A short time ago, an American airplane dropped one bomb on Hiroshima and destroyed its usefulness to the enemy. We have spent more than $2 billion on the greatest scientific gamble in history, and we have won.
After the recent release of the Hollywood movie Oppenheimer, there has been a big fuss about nuclear weapon race among the countries all around the globe. So we thought we could make a video about the nuclear weapons and its evolution from history till now. To understand the situation at present, we need to get back to the history. It was around the 9th century, and during the Tang dynasty, Chinese alchemists discovered gunpowder while searching for an elixir of immortality. The Chinese are credited with the invention of gunpowder, which in future led to the invention of explosives. They initially used gunpowder for medicinal and mystical purposes, but its potential as an explosive substance became apparent. And around this time, many countries around the globe started using explosives not for warfare but for other purposes. India also has a rich history when it comes to the development and use of explosives. While the gunpowder itself was not invented in India, it has played a crucial role in development and utilization of explosives. Ancient Indian texts such as Rasaratnakara, which was composed in Sanskrit and is attributed to Nagarjuna, is believed to have been written sometimes between 8th and 10th century, and Manasalasa, which was composed by King Someshwara III of the Western Chalukya dynasty who ruled from 1126 to 1138, contains references to various chemical processes including the preparation of explosives and incendiary mixtures. These texts provide insights into the knowledge of chemical reactions, although they weren't always used for destructive purposes. Coming to Europe, Europeans actually gained knowledge of gunpowder and explosives through trade and interactions with Middle East and Asia. But they quickly adapted and further developed explosive technologies, leading to the creation of cannons, muskets, and other firearms that played a pivotal role in the evolution of warfare. Before the arrival of Europeans and other indigenous civilizations in Mesoamerica, the Aztecs utilized saltpetre and sulfur, which is similar to gunpowder, for their ceremonial and ritualistic purposes. This was all in the past, and now getting to the modern explosives, we started developing different types of explosives and started using them in wars. The 19th and 20th centuries saw significant advancements in explosives due to industrialization and scientific research. Nitroglycerin was discovered in mid-19th century, leading to the development of dynamite by Alfred Nobel. Nitrocellulose and smokeless powders were invented, revolutionizing firearms and military explosives. So, before we move towards how we use them in wars, we need to understand different types of explosives. There are 7 types of explosives. Number 1, high explosives. High explosives are commonly used in military applications due to their high energy release upon detonation. They can be divided into 2 main categories: primary and secondary high explosives. Primary high explosives. These are extremely sensitive and are used as initiators for larger explosions. They are often used in detonators to initiate the explosion of more stable secondary explosives. Here are some examples. Secondary high explosives. These are used in variety of munitions including bombs, shells and rockets. They are less sensitive than primary explosives and are relatively stable, making them safer to handle. Here are some examples. Number 2, shaped charges. These are designed to focus the energy of explosion in a specific direction. They are used for armor penetration, breaching obstacles and destroying hardened targets. Shaped charges are commonly used in anti-tank weapons, rocket-propelled grenades, and other munitions. Number 3, fragmentation explosives. Fragmentation explosives are designed to produce shrapnel upon detonation, creating a deadly spray of high-speed fragments. These explosives are often used in artillery shells, grenades, and bombs to target enemy personnel, vehicles, and equipment. Number 4, incendiary explosives. These are designed to start fires. They are used to destroy enemy facilities, equipment, and resources. Napalm is a well-known example of incendiary explosive that stick to targets and causes intense fires. Number 5. Smoke and flash grenades. Smoke and obscurant explosives are used to create clouds of smoke which can obscure vision and disrupt enemy targeting. These explosives are used to provide cover for military maneuvers and operations. Cluster bombs. Cluster bombs contain multiple submunitions which are released over a target area. Each submunition can function as bomb, grenade, or other explosive device. Cluster bombs are used for area denial and anti-personnel purposes. Number 7. Thermobaric explosives. Thermobaric explosives release a blast of high temperature gases and a shockwave, causing immense destruction. They are often used to target enemy personnel in fortified position, underground bunkers, and confined spaces. Chemical and biological weapons. These are partial explosives but are deadlier than any other powerful weapon. These are different category of warfare involving the use of chemicals or biological agents to harm, incapacitate, or kill enemy forces. Their use is heavily regulated by international treaties due to their potential to cause heavy widespread harm and civilian casualties. Now that we know some of the important types of explosives, let's move on. After these important discoveries, then came the worst years humanity has ever seen, as the World War I and World War II started. World War I, 1914 to 1918. World War I saw the extensive use of explosives and explosive devices on the battlefield. These explosive devices shaped the tactics, strategies, and outcomes of the World War I. Total death count in World War I, including military and civilians, is estimated to be 15 to 19.5 million. The important explosives used in World War I were: Number 1. Artillery shells. High explosive artillery shells were a staple in World War I warfare. They were fired from artillery pieces and could cause significant damage to the enemy trenches, fortifications, and infantry positions. Shells filled with shrapnel were also common. These shells would explode in the air, releasing metal fragments that would rain down on the enemy troops, causing casualties. Number 2. Trench mortars. They were short-ranged artillery pieces that were used to log explosives into the enemy trench. They are very effective while targeting a well-fortified positions. Number 3. Hand grenade. Number 4. Poison gas. Although not exclusively an explosive, poison gas was a deadly weapon used in World War I. Various chemical agents such as chlorine, mustard gas, and phosgene were released in the gas form to incapacitate or kill enemy soldiers. Gas shells were often used to deliver poison gas into the enemy lines. Number 5. Mines. Number 6. Flamen warfare, also commonly known as flamethrowers. They were used to spray burning fuel at enemy positions, often causing panic and forcing defenders to abandon their posts. Although not traditionally an explosive, it was a significant psychological weapon. Number 7. Tunneling explosives. Tunneling units used explosives to dig tunnels under the enemy lines. World War II from 1939 to 1945. World War II saw further advancements in explosive technologies and their widespread use in battlefield. Explosives played a crucial role in shaping the tactics of the war, from aerial bombing campaigns to naval warfare to ground combat. It's estimated that total death toll during World War II is around 70 to 85 million people. There were some explosives which were repeatedly used from World War I, like bombs, artillery shells, mortars, and mines. And there were some other modern explosives which were used, like demolition charges, naval torpedoes, anti-tank weapons, depth charges, paratrooper explosives, ballistic missiles, and atomic bombs. After all those heart-crushing scenes at world wars, many countries came to the common ground to not use nuke against other countries and to withdraw from nuclear race through agreements like Non-Proliferation of Nuclear Weapons (NPT) and Strategic Arms Reduction Treaty (New START). Even after this, many explosives have been used in the future after world wars like Korean War, Vietnam War, Middle East conflicts, Afghanistan conflict which took place post 9/11 incident. Iraq wars, Syrian civil war, counter-terrorism operations, insurgencies and guerrilla warfare. We may have heard that atomic bombs are the most powerful, but it's not true for the current age. Actually, the most destructive bomb that was ever detonated by the human history is Tsar Bomba of Russia, also known as Ivan bomb, which was detonated on October 30th, 1961, and it was a hydrogen bomb. Here is the comparison between a Russian Tsar bomb and the most powerful atomic bomb. Yield. The Tsar Bomba had a staggering estimated yield of around 50 megatons of TNT. This immense yield was achieved through a staged design that included a fusion thermonuclear stage using isotopes of hydrogen. The most powerful atomic bombs, such as Castle Bravo test, part of Operation Ivy conducted by the United States, had a yield of approximately 15 megatons of TNT. These bombs relied on fission reactions where the nucleus of atom is split, releasing energy. Design. The Tsar Bomba utilized a three-stage design. The first stage was conventional fission bomb that provided the energy necessary to trigger the second stage, a fusion bomb. The fusion stage in turn ignited the third stage, which was a fission tamper that enhanced the yield by allowing more of the bomb's material to undergo fission. Atomic bombs rely solely on fission reactions to release energy. The fissile material such as uranium-235 or plutonium-239 undergoes a chain reaction in which the nuclei of atoms split, releasing energy and additional neutrons that can trigger further fission reactions. Size and weight. Due to its multi-stage design and high yield, the Tsar bomb was an enormous device. It weighed about 27 metric tons and was approximately 26 feet 8 meters long. While still large, the most powerful atomic bombs were generally smaller than Tsar bomb. The Castle Bravo bomb, for example, weighed around 10,800 pounds, 4,900 kilograms. Effects and fallout. The explosion of Tsar Bomba created a fireball with a diameter of around 2.5 miles and a mushroom cloud that reached an altitude of about 40 miles. The blast caused extensive damage to structures and forests within a certain radius. The Castle Bravo explosion produced a fireball and a mushroom cloud as well, causing significant damage to the Bikini Atoll test site and leading to unexpected levels of radioactive fallout affecting nearby islands and fishing boats. Radiation and environmental impact. The Tsar Bomba's explosion released a substantial amount of radioactive fallout into the atmosphere, contributing to long-term environmental contamination. Similarly, atomic bomb tests release significant amount of radioactive material into the environment, contributing to concerns about radiation exposure and long-term ecological effects. And now, the major difference between the working of an atomic bomb and hydrogen bomb is, an atomic bomb works by nuclear fission, where the nucleus of an atom is split into two smaller fragments, releasing energy. The energy released from an atomic bomb is substantial, typically measured in terms of kilotons, thousands of tons of TNT equivalent energy released. The first atomic bomb used during World War II had energy releases in the range of 15 to 20 kilotons of TNT equivalent. The hydrogen bomb operates through a two-stage process involving both nuclear fission and fusion. The energy released by the hydrogen bomb is far more greater and is measured in megatons, millions of tons of TNT equivalent energy. Hydrogen bombs are capable of yielding energy releases in the range of tens of megatons or even more. In essence, a hydrogen bomb's fusion reactions release significantly more energy than the fission reactions in an atomic bomb. This makes hydrogen bombs exponentially more powerful and destructive than atomic bombs. While atomic bombs are already immensely devastating, the development of hydrogen bombs marked a significant escalation in destructive potential of nuclear weapons. I found this clip from a channel, Cleo Abram, which will make you understand this in a most simplistic way.
Here's how to organize every nuclear thing you've ever heard of. First, there's fission versus fusion, and then there's controlled versus uncontrolled. Fission means cracking a big atom, like uranium, into smaller atoms. Little mass gets lost, energy is released. Fission uncontrolled, that's an atomic bomb. Fission controlled, that's all nuclear power. That's everything that's generating electricity right now. Fusion means smashing smaller atoms, like hydrogen or helium, together to make a larger atom. Little mass gets lost, even more energy is released. Fusion uncontrolled can be used to make another kind of bomb, the hydrogen bomb. These have been tested by multiple countries but never actually used in war. And this box, controlled fusion, that's the one that we don't have.
Explosives have a wide range of applications beyond warfare. Some of them include demolition and construction, oil and gas industry, mining and quarrying, fireworks and entertainment, automotive airbag inflation. Agriculture, where explosives can be used for land reclamation and land clearance, such as creating irrigation ditches, building terraces, or leveling land for agricultural purposes. Avalanche control. In areas prone to avalanches, controlled explosions can be used to trigger small avalanches to prevent larger, more dangerous ones from occurring. Underwater research and exploration. Explosives can be used to create controlled underwater explosions for seismic studies, oceanographic research, and underwater engineering projects. Emergency services. Explosives can be used by emergency services such as law enforcement or military units for controlled breaching of barriers in hostage rescue or other critical situations. Wildlife management. This may sound unheard of, but it's true. In some cases, explosions are used to create controlled fires to manage wildlife habitats and promote new plant growth. Pyrotechnics. Beyond fireworks, explosives can be used in theatrical performances, concerts, and events to create visual and auditory effects. Research and testing. Explosives are used in scientific study, particularly in fields like chemistry, physics, and material science, to study the effects of high pressure and high temperature conditions. So, concluding this video, the evolution of explosives throughout the history has been a testament to human ingenuity, from their early discovery as tool for hunting and warfare to their diverse application in modern society. The journey of explosives showcases both the constructive and destructive aspects of human innovation. In ancient times, early civilizations harnessed the power of black powder for military and ceremonial purposes, unknowingly laying down the groundwork for future explosive developments. The Middle Ages saw the emergence of new formulations and applications as alchemists and scientists experimented with various ingredients. The Industrial Revolution brought about a revolution in explosive technology. Dynamite and nitroglycerin, pioneered by Alfred Nobel, revolutionized construction, mining, and infrastructure development. Yet, they also highlighted the destructive potential that explosives had, both on the battlefield and in the acts of terrorism. The 20th century marked a turning point with the advent of nuclear explosives. The devastating power of atomic bombs in World War II underscored the urgent need for global cooperation, leading to the arms control agreements and international efforts to prevent the proliferation of these weapons. Explosives have continued to evolve, finding applications beyond warfare. In mining, construction, and space exploration, they have enabled human progress. However, their misuse in the acts of terrorism and environmental impact of certain explosive processes remain challenges to address. All in all, the evolution of explosives reflects humanity's complex relationship with technology. While they have contributed to both innovation and destruction, the lessons from history remind us of the importance of responsible use, ethical consideration, and the pursuit of peaceful solutions. Balancing the benefits of explosives with the risks they pose requires ongoing vigilance, regulation, and a commitment to the welfare of both human societies and the planet. If you think you gained something from this video, make sure to hit that like button and share it with your friends. And if you like detailed explanation videos like this one, make sure to subscribe to this channel, and see you in the next one. Stay creative, stay inspired.